What is self-love to you, and do you really love yourself? Self-love is honestly the best love. Can't nobody tell me otherwise. Like, loving yourself and being in love with yourself, accepting everything you come with is a different type of feeling. Self-love is when you're not relying on others for your happiness. You pour into yourself as you would to others. Push yourself. Don't ever stay down too long. You have to love yourself enough to set those boundaries. Setting boundaries is a form of self-respect. At the end of the day, find yourself, find happiness, find peace. Hey my day babes, welcome back to another video. And in today's video, as y'all see by that title, today will be a girl talk. Today will actually be episode 5 of my girl talk series. If you haven't already, make sure you guys go ahead and watch the 4 previous episodes and catch up on pretty much what we've been talking about lately. I haven't done a girl talk probably in like, I don't even know, probably like 2 months, maybe 3 months, 4 months. I'm not even sure. I'm gonna have to go back and check it. But right now I'm on a time crunch, honestly, because I love getting my videos in natural light. And right now the sun is actually dimming down a little bit. So I want to go ahead and get this video out to y'all. Wow, I pretty much got the time. Today's topic will be, what is self-love to you, and do you really love yourself? Self-love is honestly the best love. I just feel like if you don't love yourself, then you cannot love another person. Look at my phone. It's because I got all my little notes written down, all my little key points, so I can stay on flow, stay on track, and I don't just start rambling on and stuff like that. Because I don't know why, but I feel a little nervous. I think just because I haven't sat down in front of the camera and been as close to y'all and just up close and personal, I feel like I'm a little nervous. But I'll still get the video done. But before we get too far, make sure you guys go ahead and like, comment, share, and subscribe. Click that bell to notify so you don't miss when a girl posts a new video. Make sure you guys also go follow me on all my social platforms. I like Fanene, that's TikTok, Twitter, Instagram, all that good stuff. And yeah, let's go ahead and get straight into this video. We're gonna pretty much start this video off by me going down kind of like memory lane and what pretty much led me to start my self-love journey. I will say that back in 2023 is when I honestly started my self-love journey. I honestly feel like I started my self-love journey because I started to depend on my partners and depend on friends or depend on others in general for my happiness. And if you don't know, like after so long, and not even after so long, but like everybody have their own life, including your partner, including your friends, including your family. Everyone have their own life. So it's like after so long, eventually you get to a point where you just feel stagnant. You feel like you ain't got nobody. You feel like you by yourself. You feel like you're not loved. You feel like you're not a priority. You start to feel all these things. And that's because you don't find happiness within yourself. And once I realized that, that's when I took a step back. And not even just that, because I will say that wasn't my reasoning for my ex-relationship ending. Looking back now, after I found myself, I definitely can tell, and I can just realize like I was really dependent on her or depending on others in general for my happiness, and that just was not okay. That's my reasoning for starting my self-love journey, and I think that was honestly one of the best decisions I ever made in my life. Like, can't nobody tell me otherwise. Like, loving yourself and being in love with yourself, accepting everything you come with is a different type of feeling, a different type of love. And I feel like this is actually a good topic. I feel like this for my young girls, the older ladies also could take a little insight from this, I feel like. So let me know down below in the comments what you put from this video, what you take from this video, because I do feel like this is a great topic and I'm actually pretty excited to do it, and we're gonna get into it for real. So y'all, some things that I found out by myself, and you know, some things that I actually didn't know. Like a lot of stuff I feel like I did not know, but some stuff I do feel like I knew and that I still enjoy and I did like. One thing I learned is that I really do enjoy my alone time. I am a girl that literally gets overstimulated very easily. Believe it or not, even though I'm a people's person, even though I'm this outgoing person, I do like to go into isolation sometimes. I don't know what caused it or like if it's like a reason I like to do that, but I do have moments where I like to just go in isolation. I like to be by myself. I like to just sit alone, sit in my thoughts, sit in my emotions, sit in my feelings, and just spend some alone time, because it's not so often that we all get alone time. And especially when we work in 9 to 5s, or especially when we got, you know, friends to cater to, we got relationships to cater to, we got siblings and family to cater to, you really gotta find time for yourself. So I love being by myself sometimes. I love to just take in everything and just be like, do my own thing. I don't want to have to, you know, worry about another person sometimes, and not use to sound harsh or like I'm just careless. Sometimes genuinely I don't want to worry about another person, just because I feel like I do so much of that, like constantly worry about the next person. And when I just find that time to worry about myself, or when I find myself getting overstimulated, that's when I be like, okay, cool, it's time for me to go ahead and isolate myself. Because yeah, another thing that I pretty much realized by myself is that I'm a girly girl. Like, I feel like for so long I was like, I'm this, I don't know, I feel like I was kind of in the middle. Sometimes I feel like I was a girly girl, sometimes I feel like I was a tomboy. But I found that I am such a girly girl. Like, I love the color pink. I love like little cutesy things. I love bows, hearts, and stuff like that. Like little things like that makes me happy and inside. And yeah, I think pink is just all the way around just my color. Like, I feel like I feel my happiest when I wear pink. If y'all can't tell, I got the pink on today, because if y'all don't know, this is pretty much my aesthetic. For my girl talks, I like to be in a chill, subtle environment. I don't want to do too much because I want to keep these videos very intimate, very personal. And I like that the pink is kind of very subtle and warm, and it's just perfect. So yeah, if y'all don't already know, your girl got on pink today. Another thing, I am a girl who has OCD. I genuinely want to go get tested, and I want to ask my doctor to honestly test me, and I can get an actual diagnosis, and I don't just keep self-diagnosing myself. But I do honestly genuinely believe that I have OCD. I am a girl that loves structure and that loves organization. My life revolves around that. I have a calendar, I have a to-do list, I have like every little thing. If y'all go through my notes, y'all will see like every little thing is planned out to the T. I don't know what it is, but like the way my brain is set up, I cannot genuinely keep all these things in my head. If I do that, I will literally be stressed out. I will literally lose my marbles. So me personally, I'm a girl that loves organization. I'm a girl that loves to keep structure. I love to have structure. I love to have everything lined up. I gotta do this, I gotta do that, I gotta do this, I gotta do that, down to even sometimes cooking. Like, I need to know what time I'm gonna cook. I'm just that kind of girl. And when something don't go my way, I feel like that's when I lose my shit, because I'm such a like organized person. So that's one thing I figured out by myself. But I feel like I've been doing that by myself. I just didn't think it was to this extent. But no, it's pretty bad. It's to a point where like if I put something into place and any little way it gets, any little movements or anything, I'm gonna notice it, because I got OCD. Or like, say I clean up my house or something and something gets put out of place, that grinds my damn gears. Like, I'm just an OCD girl. I think it's just me. I don't know what it is. I don't know if it's actually OCD, but I do want to actually find out very soon, which I think it is. Moving on. Another thing I figured out about myself is that, which I'm doing now, y'all, I enjoy creating content and I enjoy sharing my personality with the world. I feel like I am a very outgoing, bubbly, silly, caring, loving girl, and I love to share my personality with y'all. I feel like y'all understands me on a different level. I feel like we're here. I feel like I can be myself with y'all. I feel like we girls, like we homegirls, and I love that for me. So create content is actually one of my favorite things to do, if y'all don't know. And then also just doing graphic designs. Like, if you don't know by now, just probably based off my editing and stuff like that, you guys probably can tell like I really am obsessed with like just structured stuff, like I said, and just like designs and graphic designs and edits and stuff like that is my thing. A little side note, a little FYI about me, if y'all didn't know, I actually took graphic design in my senior year. I actually enjoyed it a lot. I loved it. I learned a lot of things. I feel like that's where I get a lot of my little techie stuff from. I learned it from that class. I feel like even though I don't want to use that in like my career path, I do feel like that helped me out. So graphics, 10 out of 10. It helped me a lot when it came to creating my content and editing my videos and stuff like that. I feel like I caught on so fast because I kind of had an idea like how to make intros, or how to do banners, or how to Photoshop certain things, or how to remove certain backgrounds, or how to erase things that you don't want in your video or your pictures, or like any little thing. Like, I know how to do it. So get at your girl for graphics. If you don't already know, now you know. Journaling is an outlet for me. I find myself journaling a lot. I find myself just jotting down things or writing things in my notes a lot, because like I said, I'm a person that I can't keep everything bottled up in my head. If I do that, I would literally lose my mind. And like I said, I'm a structured person. So even in my head, like everything got to make sense. Everything got to be written down. Because if I don't write it down, it won't get done. And I will forget about it. Because I have a million and fucking one things on my mind a day. Like I'm an overthinker, if y'all don't know. So I'm constantly thinking. So I need to have a journal. I need to have something to write stuff down in. I'm sorry if I'm talking fast. If you already don't know, I talk fast already, but I'm gonna try to keep it at a minimum and I don't talk too fast. Okay, moving on. What is my definition of self-love? To me, self-love is when you're not relying on others for your happiness. Self-love is also you pouring into yourself as you would to others. Like I said before, we juggle so much as human beings. We have so many relationships, so many things going on in our life in general, so many responsibilities and stuff like that, that we tend to forget about ourselves. So to me, self-love is really like pouring all that love and pouring everything that you pour into other people into yourself. Self-love is the act of you accepting every part of you. And I mean your mistakes, I mean your flaws, I mean like your differences. I just mean all the way around, like you accept you for who you are. Even your insecurities, like even though you may not like what you see, it's all about you accepting it and you changing that and you wanting change and you knowing that you need a change. Comment down below y'all definition of self-love. A lot of people might ask, how do you begin your self-love journey? I'm going to give you guys a few key pointers of how I think you can start your self-love journey. Number one, I would say figure out the reason why. Like figure out why you want to start this journey. And also figure out your ending goal. Figure out why and what are you trying to get out of this, pretty much. Figure out what it is that you like to do. Another way you can pretty much begin your journey is start by taking some solo dates. I feel like I honestly haven't mastered that. I haven't actually gotten out of the whole like in my head thing. Once you got your head, I feel like you can do anything, literally. Solo dating is something that I haven't actually mastered and that I want to master, but it's gonna take me baby steps. I would do certain things by myself. It's just like, I think one thing that really like irks my nerves to do by myself is going to the movies. I feel like that's one thing I cannot find myself to just go to a movie by myself or go out to like a bar or a dinner or a restaurant by myself. I feel like that's two things that's very nerve-wracking to me, but I do want to get to that point where I can just say forget it and get out of my head and just go for it. Last thing pretty much you can do to begin your self-love journey is isolate yourself. Really sit in your emotions, sit in your feelings, and figure out, like I said, what it is and why you are on this journey or why you're in a place you're in or whatever case may be. Just self-reflect and just sit in your emotions. Another thing people might ask is, what is self-love in action to me? If the light is starting to change, that's because, of course, the sun is going down more and more. So I'm going to try to hurry up and get this video done because we got a few more key points to hit. I would say self-love in action for me is journaling, organizing, coloring, going on walks in the park by yourself, generally just doing anything that you can do alone or that you are comfortable doing alone. I feel like that's self-love in action. Listening to music and cleaning up is another thing that I find very therapeutic and that I enjoy doing by myself. I hate when other people is like helping me clean up because like it just kind of feel like it's like disrupting my peace. So cleaning up, listening to music by myself is one of my favorite things to do. And then last but not least, just showing up for yourself even on days you don't feel like it. I feel like even on days you feel like you ain't got no energy, even on days you just genuinely feel like you stuck in bed, you don't want to do nothing, push yourself. Like don't ever just stay down too long. At the end of the day, find yourself, find happiness, find peace, and I feel like you will just be a much happier person and healthier person all the way around. What are some forms of self-love? I feel like there's a lot of forms of self-love, but a few of them that I jotted down that I want to touch on is, number one, I would say form of self-love is discipline. You have to love yourself enough to pretty much discipline yourself. You have to genuinely care enough to want change. And by changing, that comes with disciplining. And that comes with, changing your ways and doing certain things differently. Without discipline, there's no structure. Setting boundaries is a form of self-respect. Like, you have to love yourself enough to set those boundaries. Without boundaries, people will really run over you. People will think that you accept certain things that you don't accept because you just genuinely don't set boundaries or because genuinely you just don't say anything. Respect yourself to know when enough is enough. That's when you know, like, okay, you cross lines, you cross my boundaries, and I'm just genuinely not dealing with this no more, or I don't want to talk about this no more, or whatever case may be. If you don't do nothing else, set boundaries. I'm kind of sad because the lighting is changing and the lighting is going down, so I had to turn my ring light on a little bit. So if the lighting changed a little bit, then that's why. But I do want to try to hurry up and get this video done because the sun is literally going down all the way. It's 7:35, so the sun go down earlier now, so let me hurry up. Touching back on boundaries. At the end of the day, you don't have to tolerate nothing that you don't want to tolerate, and only you know when enough is enough. So once you set those boundaries, I feel like everything will be smooth sailing in all relationships. I feel like it'll be very smooth sailing because people will pretty much know what you accept and what you don't accept and what you tolerate and what you don't tolerate. So set those boundaries, sis, if you haven't already. Moving on. Another form of self-love is triggers. Like, you have to learn your triggers. You have to learn what triggers you. It starts with knowing the ins and the outs of your trauma. Triggers come from trauma and what a person might have done to you in the past, or family. It could be any type of relationship, but pretty much whatever person may have done to you, it could literally trigger you. Or if the next person do it, it can trigger you to pretty much react that same exact way you may have reacted to that person. So it's kind of like you be punishing certain people for what another person did to you. All right, y'all. So if the lighting changed, once again, I do apologize. I'm trying to get like a good little setup for you guys can get the rest of this video. I don't want to cut it short, and I don't want to just not do it because the lighting, like pretty much the daylight went down, the sun have went down. So I'm trying to get a good little setup. I hope this looks good, and let me just hurry up, like I said, and get this video pretty much done. Next, I feel like accountability is another form of self-love. You have to take a step back and genuinely self-reflect on you. Learn your flaws and learn to point out your own flaws before you go point out another person's flaw. When you really learn how to take accountability for your actions and your ways, I feel like that's when you genuinely love yourself, because you know at the end of the day that this might be a problem for you, or it might be a problem within a relationship or something. In order for you to change it, you have to pretty much accept things for what they were. It's these motorcycles, I'm trying to let them go by because y'all is interrupting my fucking video. Another form of self-love is giving yourself grace. I feel like a lot of us be too hard on ourselves and like comparing ourselves to certain people or comparing ourselves to people on the internet, and I feel like we have that very, very, very bad in this generation. Like, we tend to compare ourselves so easily because what the internet is and what people flaw on the internet and what people pretty much post on the internet, and that can genuinely just be an inner issue that you need to pretty much work on, because not everything is meant to be taken in that type of light or in a negative light. So that will definitely have something to do with you. Another thing I mean when I say give yourself grace is there may be times where you have to start over or start your self-love journey over, because as women, especially women, or as human beings in general, but especially as women, we tend to like I said, lose ourselves when we get into relationships, or just with everything that we pretty much take on, all our responsibilities, everything that we pretty much got to do in our regular life. We tend to forget about ourselves. We tend to don't pour into our own cup, even though we pour into everybody around us. So I feel like definitely give yourself grace. There might be times where you fall short. There might be times where you fall down, but you have to pick yourself up and start back over from the beginning, and that's okay. Everything's going to be okay, and I feel like eventually you will find yourself again, and it might take months, it might take years, it could take decades. Like, some people genuinely just takes more work sometimes. So don't think it's gonna happen overnight, and don't think that it's gonna be easy, because it's definitely gonna be a challenge. But I will say, girl, you're gonna get through it and you will find yourself nevertheless. Like, don't beat yourself up, give yourself some grace, and learn to love you and accept you for who you are at the end of the day. And I mean that day by day. Don't overdo it, and don't never beat yourself up by it. That pretty much leads me into my next topic. Not my next topic, my next key point. My next key point is how to find balance between self-love and relationships, or just life in general. The ways to try to find balance is to never stop showing up for yourself. I feel like even on the days where you have 101 things to do, make sure you squeeze in a few things for you and you only. Like I said, we tend to lose ourselves and forget about ourselves when we're doing so much. But even on those days where you got so much to do, so many responsibilities, make sure you set aside some time for yourself, whether that's just you going to grab coffee by yourself, whether that's you taking a step back and just going to sit at the park, go touch some grass, or just do whatever that you like to do. Make sure you set that time aside, because if you don't, eventually you would just forget about yourself, and you don't want to do that. And you don't want to let yourself get too deep into a hole where you can't pull yourself up as easy as it might have been the time before that. The next thing that can help you pretty much find balance and keep balance is knowing the signs of when it's time to take a step back. As I previously said, like about me, I know that I get overstimulated pretty fast. I have to learn the signs of me being overstimulated when it's time for me to take that step back, because if I didn't, I would have pretty much just been, I don't know where I would have been, or what I would have said to a person, or how I could have reacted to a person, because I'm just genuinely overstimulated. So I had to pretty much learn those signs and know when it's time to take a step back and focus on me and get myself together. And those are the times where I tend to isolate myself when I get overstimulated, because baby, when I say overstimulation is real, and the way I be overstimulated is crazy. Like, I be genuinely tired of people, tired of talking, tired of hearing shit. I be tired of all of it. Like, just give me a break. Give me 10 minutes to myself. Like, I need that. Like, genuinely. So, pretty much, yeah, that's that. I pretty much started to close this video out. As I said, it's pretty much got dark now, and I'm working with my ring light, and I don't really care for the setup, but I'm gonna get this video out to y'all nevertheless. I ain't gonna let that stop me. So pretty much to close this video out, I would say first and foremost, learn to speak positivity into your life. Instead of you saying, I'm so tired of paying these bills, say like, oh, I'm just grateful I can pay my bills, because not everybody can pay their bills, not everybody can afford their bills, and not everybody can upkeep their bills. So I would just say, learn to speak positivity over your entire life. Learn what you like and what you don't like. Once you do that, and once you master that, you're gonna eventually just begin to love yourself and begin to make yourself a priority. And I feel like that's what self-love is all about, making you a priority, just like you prioritize everyone else around you. So definitely learn what you like and what you don't like. Like I said previously, show up for yourself even on days you don't feel like it, even on days you have a full to-do list. Show up for you. Make sure you set some time aside for yourself. I feel like this is something that everyone can take from this video. Do what genuinely makes you happy at the end of the day. Like, you cannot be a good mother, you cannot be a good woman, you cannot be a good sister, you cannot be a good auntie if you are not genuinely yourself, or if you do not genuinely love yourself. At the end of the day, you gotta make sure you're okay, because if you don't, who will? And last but not least, figure out your ending goal. Figure out why you're doing this. Figure out why you have decided to go ahead and start your self-love journey. For anyone out there watching this that feels like they will never see the light at the end of that tunnel, I want to say, girl, don't stop. Don't give up. Continue to pour into yourself. Continue to do whatever makes you happy, and continue to apply whatever you want to apply from this video into your life. And I feel like you will definitely see that light at the end of the tunnel. I promise you won't forever feel that way. You won't forever feel like you're not enough, or you won't forever feel like you're not pretty enough, you're not big enough, you're not little enough. You won't forever feel that way. So don't ever stop doing those things, and don't ever forget about yourself. So pretty much, I want to go ahead and let you guys know that that is in this video. I hope I was able to help someone out there. I hope I was able to give someone out there insights. Hope you guys enjoyed this video as well. It was well overdue. It was well needed. Let me know down below in the comments some other girl talk topics, because I feel like I'm honestly running out of ideas, but nevertheless, I'm gonna try to keep giving you guys the girl talk until the end of the season. I told y'all I want to give you guys 10 videos, 10 girl talks, and I'm gonna do just that. And that's me standing on business, and that's me keeping my word, because no, you already know, if I put my mind to something, I can do it. So we gonna make sure I give it to y'all. So like I said, make sure you guys go ahead and comment down below some girl talk topics, because I need help, y'all. Help a sister out. And yeah, your girl is about to clock out. Make sure you guys go ahead and like, comment, share, and subscribe. Click that bell to notify you don't miss when a girl posts a video. Make sure you guys also go follow me on all my social platforms like Fanene. That's TikTok, Twitter, Instagram, all that good stuff. And yeah, your girl will see y'all in the next video.